What's up, everybody? I'm COULOU. This is Beans. Today we're gonna do behind the scenes. I don't know. How do I make these meditations video? I don't even know how I'm gonna do this. The crazy thing is, actually, like 3 months ago, I made one of these videos, but I plugged I plugged the microphone in wrong into the camera. So I was like, oh, this went so well. And then I looked at the footage and it was all completely silent. So round two. Here we go. Welcome. So for this this video that we're doing, my thought behind this is I get lots of messages from everyone on like how I set up the meditations, how I record the meditations, what the process is, and so I was gonna give kind of like an overall breakdown on this video, and then if people enjoy this, we'll do like more specific things like go into the like how do I record this, yada yada. So I honestly think we could just drop the whole meditation stuff and just have videos of Beans being cute, but people seem to really like the music, so we'll keep that going. So the first step in any of the meditation videos that I do, for me, is getting the space to feel peaceful wherever I am. Feeling like the space is peaceful, the lighting kind of feels natural and easy, like I don't have any special lights, so a lot of these videos I feel like is kind of a collaboration between me and like where the sun is that day and the space that I'm in. So today at this time right now, we have like a really nice light coming in from here, so I'll have the lights in my room off, and so the next thing that I do after that is like clean up the space, and I have a bunch of plants in my room, so I kind of just try and organize it around the instruments to make it feel a little more naturey, which is great. This is feeling pretty good, I lit a candle, got a little incense going, I've got some plants up and around, and the instruments are all set up. So usually this is the part where I'll show you guys my pedal board setup and kind of how I run everything in, but it's also kind of the time where, I made myself some tea, I start trying to chill out a little bit, because like, another whole part about this is that I don't prepare anything before. Like once I have the whole setup going, then I decide what I'm gonna play, and I really try not to go into this with any sort of pre-planned anything. I found like if I try and plan what I'm gonna do ahead of time, it clouds my ability to be curious when I'm playing, and I feel very connected to like a feeling of curiosity when I am playing. So that's always been a thing. So yeah, the space is feeling comfortable, the light is feeling nice, the cat is up and excited. Okay, now I'm gonna show you the pedal board. Okay, so this is my pedal board setup. I pretty much mostly have two pedals by this company, Hologram. That's incredible. They make one called the Microcosm, which they had given me a few years ago. And the best way to describe this pedal is like sending light through broken glass in all the different ways you can kaleidoscope, like through a kaleidoscope almost. And for me, this Microcosm pedal is so cool when I'm playing, because that's kind of what keeps the sense of life in the loop. Because the general, and if this is something that's a little bit too techy, apologies, but hopefully it's interesting to someone. The basic way this goes is the sound goes in the guitar, which is this awesome guitar by Orangewood. It's a rubber bridge guitar, which I'll also talk about. This bridge part here is rubber. There's a pickup on here. It sounds beautiful. They're awesome. Orangewood is awesome. You guys should check them out. So it goes first, I have a tuner. So the tuner tunes the guitar. It also mutes the guitar. So when I'm not playing the guitar, I turn it on just in case when I'm playing trumpet, I don't want it to pick up any sounds. Then I have a really simple looper, and then I go into this thing called the Chroma by Microcosm. And it's kind of like a multi-effects rack, which in regular terms is like you have reverbs and distortions and delay effects, and so I usually kind of have this slight light drive to it that gives it a little more sound, but like I can add some reverb. You can make it weird, like yeah, I try and keep it kind of simple. And then with the microcosm, a cool way to kind of hear the general effects of it. So it's super ethereal, and if I have like 100% of the guitar going through here, just so you can get an idea. And there's lots of weird ways you can affect this sound. There's tons of different settings, kind of the two that I like the most. But you have it kind of going through subtly. It just kind of makes, it's like an ocean, and I really like it. It makes me feel like I'm not playing against the loop. And it kind of is like, if the sounds and the chords are the rocks in the jar, the microcosm is the water that fills up the rest of the space. And in between that, I also just have this reverb pedal by Slow or Walrus or something. I don't remember their name, but they're awesome. I don't know, it's a cool reverb pedal. So it's a pretty simple setup. I don't have that many pedals, but that's generally how I get the sounds. And every time I set up a guitar, like I have kind of my go-tos, but again, like a lot of the approach with this project for me is like be curious. So I kind of switch stuff up a little bit every time. I don't have like auto settings that I go to other than like a couple little things. So that's that. And then we've got the flugelhorn. I know it's technically not a trumpet, but COULOU's flugelhorn meditations sound different. And also, who knows, maybe I will play trumpet on it more. And I just have this going through this little clip-on mic. I've tried a bunch of different things, like I was using microphones before, a Shure SM7B, but I like this little clip-on mic. I got this way back in college when I was in a little funk band and we were playing house parties, and this was just a way that I could be flexible while playing, you know, bouncing around. But I really like it because a lot of times if you're a horn player, there's wind out of this instrument, and if you're playing into a mic, you can get a lot of like sounding high-end noise that's just like not good. And this is like a darker sounding microphone. Its response doesn't pick up as much of those highs, and so it's less work on the back end when I'm mixing it. It already captures a pretty good sound. So mostly for this whole thing, like I know the wires look a little crazy everywhere, but like I'm going for simplicity here. Like I really never want to overcomplicate this process, because as like my general goal once I start playing is like forget that I have any equipment at all, you know. I just want to get lost in it, and if I'm like all these buttons and knobs and everything, it can really get you out of it. So that is my prepared speech on pedals. How cute are you? Oh, so cute. So cute. Okay, back to the video. So, now that I have the pedal board all plugged in, the trumpet mic is good, I have everything running into an Apollo Twin X, which is great. It has 2 inputs. I'm the new 2 inputs, and I record everything into Ableton. Generally, like, you know, I try and get as good of a sound on the guitar and on the trumpet before I start playing. I try and get as good of like a look on the camera just with the natural light before recording, and try and make sure that like I'm not fixing things in the editing time. I'm just piecing it together. Like there's definitely been many a video that I've put together where I felt like I've had to do a lot more fixing, and so as I've done this project more and more, I've like really learned it's worth the extra time to try and make sure everything is working and feeling good before I click play than having to labor over trying to make it work after I've recorded it. So that's the general process. I think I went over what I do, and I think now I'm gonna record a meditation. So this part is usually where I just try and chill out a little bit, take some deep breaths, center myself, stop thinking about I do what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, all the things. Just chill out and make music for 20 minutes and enjoy it. And if I'm lucky, I'll capture a nice moment. And every time that happens, I'm really grateful. So, thanks for watching this. And I'm gonna get everything set up now. Come sit behind the beans. I'm the worst because I keep waking him up, but he's been getting so many zoomies, so I think it's good to wake him up a lot because then he'll sleep more later. Because my God, when this guy gets going, he plays fetch. He like, not even kidding, he plays fetch better than like any dog. All day. I wake up every morning to toys on my bed because he wants me to start playing fetch. I found him on the street, like a block from here, months ago, and now he's my son. I love this animal. If you think you want a pet but you're not ready for the responsibility, you know, if you really like the animal, it's not that hard. And he's so chill. He's just always here to hang. He's just here for the vibes. So, yeah. Meditation time. Thank you guys, and goodbye.